Hey guys, Erin here. I'm all about making you more money with less burnout. If you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. I've been a virtual assistant since 2012 and I share tips, tools, resources, and snippets from my e-courses to help you make more money. Grab yourself a coffee because in this video we're talking about the must-have tools, apps, and products for virtual assistants. And a lot of these hopefully are things that you never even knew that you needed. Now before we dive in, a couple of these links are affiliate links, so if you do click and buy any of the products, I might make 10 cents or so thank you so much for fueling my coffee addiction. All right, so let's get started. Now these apps are hopefully a little unconventional. I'm not going to mention things like Google Suites because hopefully you're already using those. But here are the apps that I have on my phone for sure that have really helped facilitate my work. Number one, Edison Mail. Edison Mail is an awesome, easy, lightweight mail app. And the best thing about this is that you can have multiple inboxes. So when you have multiple clients that you're assisting, there's no need to flip back and forth between a different inbox. Everything is listed right here for you. Number two, Spotify. I go nowhere without my music. Whether I'm on the run or whether I'm working at home, I always have a Spotify playlist going. The best thing about Spotify is it's completely free if you don't mind listening to a handful of ads here and there. Number three, FaceTime. I FaceTime a lot with clients. Clients, I find, love to actually see you. And when we work remotely, there's something really nice about building that rapport, being able to see that person's face. So the next time you propose a phone call with a client, go ahead and switch it up. Actually suggest a FaceTime call. And I think you'll find that your relationship solidifies a little bit more when they're able to put a face to your name. Number four, Google Voice. Now, Google Voice is crucial. And if you're an American-based, as in US-based assistant, I say this because Google Voice does not support European or international phone numbers yet. I'm so sorry. But the reason that a Google Voice app is so crucial is because it actually allows you to do a couple things. Number one, you can set up a new free phone number. Again, this is for US-based assistants. But I never give my cell phone out to people when I'm doing tasks for them. Because I've made the mistake of giving my actual mobile out when I was one time, I'll just give you an example, trying to find a new car for a client of mine. I was helping them pick and choose a kind of make and model for their next car. And I was getting spam phone calls from dealerships for months afterward. Had I used Google Voice, I could have set up my own phone number, given the dealerships that phone number, and then helped screen those calls as they come in. Because theoretically, you know it's either client related or spam if they're calling your Google Voice number. The other reason I like Google Voice so much is because if you do work internationally or you have international clients, Google Voice charges 0.02 cents to call most of the world. So save yourself some data, save yourself some rates. Use Google Voice when you're calling internationally. It costs pennies to make those international calls per minute, and it will save you money in the long run. Next, NordVPN. Now, I talk about VPNs a lot. And the truth is, when you are working out in the world, or you're working in Starbucks or at a library or whatever, so many of the open networks that you sign up for, especially if you're in Starbucks, we've all seen it, there's no password. You can just sign up to their network. Well, something like that leaves you susceptible to prying eyes. Theoretically, somebody very savvy nearby could also hijack the same network that you're on. They could be accessing all of your files without you even knowing it. So something like NordVPN, which is a credible VPN, helps protect your services, it protects you online, it masks everything that you're doing and all the websites that you're visiting by encrypting everything. So no prying eyes can theoretically spy on you. If I'm working from my phone, use NordVPN all the time, and I suggest you look into a VPN as well. And last but not least, I never leave home without my LinkedIn app. So LinkedIn app is awesome because I use LinkedIn to prospect for clients. I have approximately 400 million videos about LinkedIn. So if you're new to LinkedIn, do peruse my channel because I go through how to find clients on LinkedIn, how to use LinkedIn as a VA. I get most of my clients and referrals from LinkedIn. So if you're not already on LinkedIn, you need to be. But the reason I have the app is because the app does a couple of wonderful things. One, they have a great messaging system. So if a client does message me when I'm on the road, I can quickly look at the message, respond. It's very immediate. It's just like texting, but through their app. The next thing that I like that they do so well is their own video feature. So native videos on LinkedIn are absolute fire, and LinkedIn's putting a lot of emphasis on using videos nowadays. So the more you post, the more videos you post on LinkedIn, the better your posts do. So I highly recommend, if you are out, you have a minute, you have a stroke of inspiration, and you think, I'm going to share my expertise as a VA on LinkedIn, do it through their platform. Upload it as a video and watch the view numbers go up. And also, posting videos is a great way to set yourself up as an expert within your particular niche or field. So then when clients are searching for VAs who do what you do, chances are they'll find your video on LinkedIn and be able to reach out to you even faster. And speaking of tools, I'm going to share with you my 3 must-have tools. These are free, which is excellent. First and foremost, you need a contract. I don't care if you're working with your best friend. Your best friend can screw you over and not pay you. Having a contract in place that clearly defines your scope of work, when you expect to get paid, how much you're charging your client is a really great way to help protect yourself. So check out the free contract creator by Freelancers Union. This is an absolutely free tool for you to set up the parameters, send it to your future client, have them sign it online, and then you guys are ready to hit the ground running. Number 2, Airtable. Now, Airtable is awesome. It basically is like Google Spreadsheets plus a CRM had a baby, and then that baby was like the Hulk. Like, it is the coolest, craziest system, and I use Airtable for absolutely everything now. I use it for my client onboarding. I capture all their details on Airtable. I use it to plan out my day. I use it to help track where I am in certain projects. I use it to make sure that I've been paid on time. I do invoice tracking. I use it for absolutely everything. So it's an awesome tool. It kind of makes Google Spreadsheets obsolete, to be honest. And if you're not already using Airtable, it's really, really easy to get started, and it's very intuitive. So I recommend you check that out too. And last but not least, Harvest. Having some sort of a time tracking tool, which you can also have the app on your phone. So if you're working on your smartphone as you're on the go, you can track your time there, or you can do it through your laptop on the desktop version. But either way, you need a time tracker to help keep track of all the tasks you're doing. And then something so great about Harvest is that you can actually send them an invoice straight from the program itself. By the way, if you guys enjoyed some of these snippets about some of the apps that I use, I have a Udemy course that's on sale for $10 that has over 25 tools that I use every day. And not only do I talk about the tools, but I go through how to set them up in depth. So that whole entire course takes you through start to finish the tools that you absolutely need to run and grow your VA business. So I recommend you check that out too. If you're going to launch a VA business, you need a good laptop. Now, a lot of people have very strong opinions about laptops, and the truth is, don't listen to any of those people, because people always say, oh, I really love my insert brand name here. The truth is, you have to pick a laptop that's best for you and your business. So things to consider when you're buying a laptop: mobility. Are you a person who's always on the go? Like for me, I'm also a digital nomad, so I need a laptop that's really, really lightweight. But if you're somebody who works from a home office only, maybe you don't need something quite as light. So think about that. Do you need something that's really easy to carry, or are you just going to keep it in one stationary place? Next, you need to think about things like price. What is your budget? Because we all know that Apple products are a lot more expensive, and you need to buy certain products. Like if you do get an Apple product, you still need to buy the Microsoft suite, because you know what? You're gonna need Word and you're gonna need PowerPoint. Another thing to consider that's huge is battery life. And again, not all laptops are created equal, so look for something that has a very long, I'm talking 10 to 12 hour battery life. Don't forget to look into something that has really high RAM. That's random access memory, and basically the more RAM you have, the faster your laptop will be. Now, if you pair that with a lot of internal memory on your computer, it means you have a really fast laptop. And if you're the kind of person who's into those bells and whistles, consider getting a laptop laptop with either a backlit keyboard that's really, really handy if you're doing work at night, or even a detachable screen. They do have those laptops nowadays that actually detach and turn into kind of like an iPad or a tablet of some sort. So now that we have some of those specifications out of the way, what are some laptops that other VAs really like to use? I'm so glad you asked. So I am an Apple fiend. I buy Apple products all the time. This is the brand new 2019 MacBook Air. I've been using Airs for years, and it's because they're very light, typically under 2 pounds. Makes it really easy for me to throw it in a backpack and take this laptop for wherever I'm going. Now, the reason I also like Apple products so much, even though Apple is a heck of a lot pricier than a lot of the Chromebooks or PCs out there, is because I tend to do a lot of creative work for my clients. So if you too are in the more creative fields and you're a VA who works with clients who do a lot of design, a lot of template making, maybe you do video editing, maybe you set up online stores for a lot of your clients, anything like that is going to take a lot of power. And I find that the MacBooks are a lot more powerful and a lot more adept at some of this creativity type things. Now, having said that, a lot of my virtual assistant peers online love their Chromebooks. I myself have also used a Chromebook. I used one very early on in my career, and Chromebooks are great because they're very cheap and they're great for getting your work done without any of those extra bells or whistles. For the person who wants something cheap, for the person who works only online, only using cloud services, that means you're saving everything on the cloud. You're working on email online. There's really nothing that you need to save on your machine itself. A Chromebook like that is actually a pretty great option. Speaking of great Chromebooks, I had a conversation with a friend of mine who's also been a VA for about 10 years, and she uses the brand new Acer Chromebook. And in her words, it is the lightest, fastest, coolest gizmo that $150 can buy. That's right, she actually found hers online for $150, and she said it works like aces, no pun intended. All right, that's enough on laptops. The next thing that you absolutely need as a VA is some sort of a smartphone. It doesn't really matter if you're a Droid or an Apple person. The point is, have a smartphone that you can take with you when you're on the go and check your work when you're out and about. Whether you're a parent and you're out with your kids often, or you've got hobbies that take you away from your desk, there are going to be times that your clients have emergency situations. Take it from me, your clients will text you, SOS, I need you now. And if you're away from your desk and you only have a flip phone or a phone that has limited data or limited space for apps, that can be a major no-no, because then you'll be stuck. You have to go back to your client and say, I'm not going to be back at my desk for 5 more hours. It can just create a lot of unnecessary stress. So a smartphone is definitely a smart buy. Third thing you're gonna need for sure is some sort of a planner. And I've actually got 2 planners for you here because not all planners are created equal. Depending on your personality, you can have something like the Passion Planner. The Passion Planner is awesome if you're a person who really likes to denote their hour to hour. Check that out. There is a slot for absolutely every hour of the day. So if you're a major planner, or if you're the type of VA who does batch planning, if you don't know what batch planning is, by the way, I'm about to blow your mind. Batch planning is when you basically schedule in blocks of time to only work on one thing at a time. And a planner like this Passion Planner is a great way to do that. You can physically block out things like 9 to 11:30 a.m. to work on client A, or 1 to 3 p.m. to do social media planning. It's an awesome way to boost your productivity, and a planner is an awesome way to keep you on track. Now, if you're not the type of person who likes to plan out their day-to-day so down to the minute, there is another planner that I really love called the Panda Planner. What I like so much about the Panda Planner is it takes this a little bit differently. It starts off every day with a little jot down for a place for things that you're grateful for, things you're excited about, things that you need to focus on. Did you have any exercise? And my absolute favorite, it divides it by priorities. So here you can list out absolutely everything you have to do in your day, but right here is where you actually list out your priorities. Now, something like this is really, really handy because not only does it allow you to jot down tasks as they come in, but you can keep yourself on track with the most priority, as in your highest paying clients or your highest revenue generating tasks. The things that you absolutely have to get done will get done if you're using this planner. And last product for today is a really good pair of headphones. Now, I work with a lot of music. The thing that I like about a noise canceling pair of headphones, and these, by the way, are the Urbanears Plattan wireless headphones. The reason I like these so much is because A, they're wireless. B, they hold the charge for 30 hours. So I listen to 30 hours of continuous music or ebooks or podcasts or whatever it is while I'm working on one single charge. The third best thing about these things is the price. Unlike something like Beats, which is like $400, or the Bose headphones, these babies are $99. I love them. I take them everywhere. They are foldable, so you best believe I travel with these too. And they are noise canceling. So for the days that you really have to buckle down and get your tasks done, something like this is a real lifesaver. So I think I've kept enough of your time already. I really hope that these unconventional tools, apps, and products were helpful to you. If you guys are still here at the end, thanks so much for sticking around, and I hope to see you on next week's video.